Ready when you are.
Okay, so this is my instructional video on how to build a tree. I looked for some sort of help on how to build a tree for our production of Midsummer Night's Dream at the Evergreen Playhouse in Centralia, Washington. And I couldn't find anything online, YouTube, nothing. So I'm making this so people can see what we're doing here. Basically, what we've got here is a ladder structure of 2x4s mounted to the ceiling and to the floor. And I made them parallel to each other, but not perpendicular to the ground, because I wanted it to look natural. And then I've got 1x2 on the front two sides. The house is on 3 sides in this place, so 1x2 here, and the front, and the other side, and then plywood screwed to the top. And this is just 1/4-inch plywood that I got for free, but you could probably use 1/2 inch or whatever you've got. And then there's just chicken wire stretched over the plywood, stapled to it, and then we've covered it with canvas. You could use paper mache if you wanted it to be more solid. You could use any number of materials if you wanted to. And then the roots are solid on top for sitting or walking. And if you come over to this root over here, you can see how we did those. Basically, I've got a 2x6 sitting on a root-shaped piece of plywood that's screwed to the ground. And as you can see, once it's covered, it's very solid. And I just, angled these. You're going to need a skill saw with, somebody who knows how to use it to cut the angles on these and make sure they land on the support, so they've got plenty of. You don't want this whole thing collapsing in the middle of the show. So that's basically how the roots, and this will all be covered the same way that is. We obviously haven't painted it yet, but we're going to paint it, do some bark texturing, probably get some lichen. I'll use spray foam, the expansion foam, so that it can kind of fill in some of the cracks and look all natural and bark-like around, make some knots with that. And then this is a branch up here. This is just one branch. And basically all I've got is a 1x4 connected to a block that's connected to a roof rafter. And then I just took these, if you can come on over and look, these are just circles of plywood with a notch cut out for the 1x4 that I just slid up and then screwed in this way. And then we just wrap that in chicken wire. And we'll wrap it in fabric or paper, actually. We'll probably end up using paper up here because it's cheaper. You don't have to get fabric. And no one's going to touch it, so it should be fine. I'm going to have another branch right here coming up so that a character can go like this. If I had the ceiling room in this theater only has 10'8" ceilings, but if I had 16-foot ceilings, you could build something that was able to support weight the same way I built these. Just come up, and then somebody could, use a little ladder system or something and get up inside the tree. As it is, I think being able to climb on the root and kind of put your elbows on there should make a difference. So that's basically going to come off right here and then go up and then over to the ceiling again. I don't know. Can't think of what else you need to know. The materials for this was pretty cheap. We got the plywood for free. Somebody was throwing it away because it's been used before, obviously. I paid about $60 for the lumber and another $20 for the chicken wire. So, and we had these are old painting drop cloths that have been used way too much. So we didn't pay anything for those either. So theater on a budget. Leave some comments down below if you have any questions. Should be able to answer. We'll probably put up another video about the bark texturing once we get that done.